Isis! Come here, girl! Isis!
Poor Papa. I wonder if she's been stolen.
What a horrid thought.
Thomas? What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
I'm afraid we'll have to call it a night. But remember, there's £10 for anyone who finds her tomorrow. For now, thank you all very much.
Poor Papa. It's terrible for you.
She may turn up. She may be trapped somewhere. We could still find her.
Get back to the house as fast as you can and ask Mrs. Patmore to heat up some soup for the searchers. Thomas?
Yes, Mr. Carson.
Why were you up at the house this evening? Did Papa summon you?
As a matter of fact, I came to see you. I wanted to find out what you meant when you said you had to marry Carlyle, and that I'd despise you if I knew the reason.
Yes, you would.
Whatever it is, it cannot be enough for you to marry him.
That's what Papa said.
So you told him?
Yes.
And does he despise you?
He's very disappointed in me.
Even so. Please tell me.
You'd think the good Lord would have spared him the loss of his dog at a time like this.
Ours not to reason why.
When will we hear about Mr. Bates? I don't know how they've kept it out of the papers. I suppose that'll change if it goes ahead. I can't bear to think of it. How will Anna bear it?
As the widow of a murderer, she'll have to get used to a degree of notoriety, I'm afraid. And so will we, as the house that shelters her.
Then let me put you out of your misery right away, Mr. Carson. By handing in my notice.
You don't mean that?
Yes, I do. If I stay here, I keep the story alive. If I go away to Scotland, say, or London, it'll die soon enough. I'll just be one more housemaid lost in the crowd.
She has a point.
Not one that I accept.
I mean it, Mrs. Hughes. I do.
Say something. If it's only goodbye.
Did you love him?
You mustn't try to...
Because if it was love, then...
How could it be love? I didn't know
Then why
him.
would you?
It was lust, Matthew. Or a need for excitement, or something in him that I... Oh, God, what difference does it make? I'm Tess of the d'Urbervilles to your Angel Clare. I have fallen. I am impure.
Don't joke. Don't make it little, not when I'm trying to understand.
Thank you for that. But the fact remains that I am made different by it. Things have changed between us.
Even so, you must not marry him.
So I must brave the storm.
You're strong. A storm braver if ever I saw one.
I wonder. Sybil's the strong one. She really doesn't care what people think, but I'm afraid I do. Papa suggested I go to New York to stay with Grandmama to ride it out.
You can find some unsuspecting millionaire.
Preferably one who doesn't read English papers.
Go or stay, you must sack Carlyle. It isn't worth buying off a month of scandal with a lifetime of misery. When is he due back?
Tomorrow. He and Aunt Rosamond's beau are returning for the servants' ball.
Will that still go ahead?
Not if Bates is... Well, not if the worst happens. Papa hasn't faith that it probably will.
You were wrong about one thing.
Only one? And what is that, pray?
I never would. I never could despise you.
Why didn't you just go and find the poor thing there and then?
How? His lordship was in the way and Mr. Carson sent me back with a message for Mrs. Patmore.
So you're going to leave the wretched animal out all night?
What reason could I give if I went back and found her now?
Go first thing once you're free. And just pray nothing's happened. For your own sake.
Do you think that was William?
Who else could it have been? Who else would have known you'd been asked to the farm?
That's true.
So, will you go?
I feel I should, don't you?
Oh, I think so. If only to spare my fingers.
Isis! Good dog! Isis! Good girl! Oh, for God's sake, will you just bloody come, you stupid dog!
You shouldn't have gone to all this trouble. Not for me.
No? Not when you're the nearest thing to a child of mine left on earth.
But I don't deserve it. Not when I were only married to William for a few hours. You were there, you saw it.
You may not know this, Daisy, but William had 3 brothers and a sister.
What?
All dead at birth or not long after. I think that's one reason why William married you, so that I wouldn't be alone with all my bairns gone. Without you, I'd have no one to pray for. I think William knew that.
Oh.
So will you be my daughter? Let me take you into my heart, make you special. You'll have parents of your own, of course.
I haven't got any parents. Not like that. I've never been special to anyone.
Except William.
That's right. I were only ever special to William. I never thought of it like that before.
Well, now you're special to me.
Isis, where have you bloody been, eh?
What in God's name happened to you?
I've been looking for the dog.
A village child found her yesterday. Somehow the silly animal got herself shut into one of the keeper's shelters. They took her back and claimed their reward this morning.
Oh, that's good.
Did you really get yourself into this mess looking for my dog?
I know how fond of her you are.
I'm impressed, Thomas. It's good to know there's some decency in the world at a time like this. Thank you.
That's all right, my lord. The main thing is she's home and healthy.
I could walk to the station. I walked here after all.
I want to talk while we go. If you're my daughter, you must allow me to give you advice.
I suppose.
Well then, if you're not content with the way you're treated, don't sulk and answer back. Tell them.
They wouldn't listen.
Oh, you don't know. You haven't given them the chance. Go to Mrs. Patmore and explain to her why you think you're worth more than you're getting. Make your case and put it to her.
But Miss Shaw said...
Daisy, do me a favour and stop listening to that Miss Shaw.
told me?
Only just. The train was late. I'll have to scramble to get changed.
I'm afraid it may be a rather gloomy visit. No news yet for the poor valet, I'm afraid. So the servants' ball has been cancelled.
Never mind. I'm very flattered to be asked back on any terms. I hope I can read something into it.
Only my desire not to lose my maid. Sure wouldn't stop nagging me until you were invited. You owe her a tip. But I mustn't delay you.
What will you do in America?
What I do here? Pay calls and go to dinners. My grandmother has houses in New York and Newport. It'll be dull, but not uncomfortable.
Lady, I've been thinking, if things go badly for us, I thought I might come with you.
You mean you won't leave after all?
I have to leave Downton, but I don't have to leave you.
But of course you can come with me. You don't need to ask. But let's not give up hope yet.
No, my lady. Let's not do that.
My lord?
I was only going to say that if I do need a new valet, I think I'd like to give Thomas a trial.
Really, my lord?
I think I've misjudged him. There's more true kindness in him than I've given credit for.
Is there?
I think so. At any rate, let's give him a chance. Everyone deserves a chance. Even Thomas.
So Sir Richard's back?
I haven't seen him yet. He and Lord Hepworth only just arrived in time to change.
Are you ready?
I think so. I know what I have to say to him. It's time.
I wish you'd take my advice and fight for her. But I know you won't.
I don't expect you to understand.
Well, that's good, because I can't. And please, don't invoke the name of that sweet dead girl again.
I've always wanted to see America, so at least I've got a plan.
I suppose so. I still can't be glad you'll be leaving here. But it's good news that you won't be casting off entirely.
It's only if...
I know. Just so as you know, you're highly valued by all of us. Both of you. Very highly valued.